Good morning, you guys. Yesterday was a big day in politics. From Trump blaming DEI for the plane crash to the two confirmation hearing yesterday of Kash Patel and Tulsi Gabbard. Now, so much that we're going to get into. But before we get into it, I do want to go over something with you guys. The clip that I played in the beginning of my video, I haven't played it yet, but I'm going to play it after I get through saying this, is Kamala Harris giving this speech where January 6th riot happened. And in that speech, she kind of like tells the story of America's history and where we came from, what generation before us gave up and sacrificed so we can have the freedoms that we have today. And to see those fundamental freedoms on the line in jeopardy, it made me want to get involved, right? Because I now see what she was referring to when she said that, would you rather see me? And she pointed behind her because the White House was behind her. She said, would you rather see me in that Oval Office doing my to-do list, or do you want Donald Trump in the office checking off his hit list or his enemy list? So it got me motivated to get involved, you guys. So I think we're going to play that clip, and afterwards we'll get into what happened yesterday in politics.
Only 250 years ago, America was born when we wrested freedom from a petty tyrant. Across the generations, Americans have preserved that freedom, expanded it, and in so doing, proved to the world that a government of, by, and for the people is strong and can endure. And those who came before us, they did not struggle, sacrifice, and lay down their lives only to see us cede our fundamental freedoms to the will of another petty tyrant. So America, in 7 days, we have the power to turn the page and start writing the next chapter in the most extraordinary story.
All right, before we dive in, if you're watching this on YouTube, please give me a like and hit that subscribe button so we can get more people involved in this conversation and work to stop Trump before he takes complete control over our democratic institutions. And if you're watching this on TikTok, please give me a like, hit that follow button. And if you also don't mind, I have the link in my bio to my YouTube channel. If you don't mind also going and liking and subscribing to my YouTube channel, I would appreciate that so much. Now, let's first talk about what happened with the plane crash. Donald Trump has gave 3 accusations for what happened with this plane crash. First, he blamed the pilots of the Black Hawk for causing the crash. And then he blamed the people in air traffic control for causing the crash. And then he went to a press conference and he blamed DEI for the cause of the plane crash. And anybody who does not know what DEI stands for, that stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion. And before I go any further, I kind of want to break that down a little bit because everyone keep referring to that as like a race and gender thing, but it's not just race and gender. Yes, that's a part of it, but if you have a disability, you're also a part of DEI. If you are a woman or a white woman, you are DEI. If you benefit from public school, you are DEI. If you've been hurt in the military and you're a veteran, you are DEI. So DEI isn't just a race and gender thing, but what the MAGA is doing is they're pushing that so much because now that is their talking point. But let's rewind a little bit, you guys. Remember, after Trump's inauguration, Elon Musk pushed out the director of the FAA because of his own personal vendetta against him for holding him accountable to the air laws that we have. Because of SpaceX, and he was breaking laws and he was held accountable for it. Then on January 22nd, Trump signs an executive order to get rid of all DEI hires out of the FAA, which means that in the air control traffic, there's usually two people, one for the airlines, for the airplanes, and the other for the military vehicles and helicopters. They only had one person in air traffic doing that job due to Trump mass firing and the fire freeze of the FAA. So the thing y'all probably don't know is that this is not the first time that this has happened. In 1982, January 1982, a plane crashed into the Potomac. And guess what happened right before the plane crashed? And guess who was the president? Ronald Reagan. In the midst of already a labor strike, he let go of over 11,000 FAA employees in the middle of a labor union strike. And then literally right after he let go all those people out of the FAA, the plane went down into the Potomac. Here's a clip of that right now for you guys so y'all can see what I mean.
Crashed into the Potomac with 79 people aboard. I was thinking about that crash in our live coverage at this hour last night, which became this network's first full live hour of coverage of last night's plane crash. I was thinking about that 1982 crash because I could remember the dramatic images of the 5 people who were pulled out of that river by civilians who jumped out of their cars and professional rescue teams who responded immediately.
My heart goes out to the family and friends affected by this disastrous event. The last thing they need right now is federal employees, especially the president, making an already devastating situation worse by spreading conspiracy theories. No one needs the president of the United States doing that. So my heart goes out to them. I will be praying for you guys. And I hope the investigation to what happened gives you closer sooner than 2 or 3 years from now. Now let's talk about the 2 confirmation hearings that happened yesterday. First, Tulsi Gabbard. To me, she is absolutely the wrong choice to lead our intelligence community. It's clear she is not fit for this job. Trust between intelligence officers and DEI, which is the Director of National Intelligence, isn't just a nice thing to have. It is absolutely essential for the security, effectiveness, and the ethical operation of an entire intelligence community. When it is broken, the consequence can be far-reaching, compromising national security and weakening the agency in the ability to protect this country. And from what we've seen, it's clear that Tulsi Gabbard is not a serious candidate. Her lack of understanding and ability to engage in constructive dialogue shows she simply can't be trusted with a crucial position. If we can't trust her in a hearing to say that someone who is a traitor to America is actually a traitor, how can we trust her to lead the intelligence community? She is not the leader that we need right now in this time. But Tulsi Gabbard was not the only candidate for a crucial role in our government on the firing line yesterday. We also had Kash Patel, who did not want to answer any questions with a truthful answer. Anybody who knows Kash Patel know he is a notorious conspiracy theorist and has created what he calls a deep state list, aka a hit list for Trump to do his bidding. The Kash Patel candidacy is furthermore proof, and it confirms it for me, that the Republicans are doing a coup right now, performing a coup right in front of our eyes. Because Kash Patel is known for saying out publicly that he would come after you. He was going to get the media or the independent journalists who spoke out against Trump civilly or criminally. Sorry about that, you. I don't know how I can say that word. But this is our time now to stop it before it gets worse. But let me tell you, I'm here to tell you guys, we will not go silently into the night. This is a call to action. We must plan, protest, and protect our fundamental freedoms while we still can. Spread the word. I'll be honest with you guys. Me creating this channel was something that I did against the fear I had of doing it, because I was so nervous of doing this. But I now know how serious a threat Donald Trump and his administration is to us. Now I'm asking you guys to join me to speak up and speak out and to use our voices against this administration and the inhumane things they have planned and are already doing to us in America. So before I go, I do want to leave you with this quote from Martin Luther King. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about the things that matter. This is a stark reminder that silence and inaction in the face of injustice only allows the erosion of progress and the strengthening of the status quo. We need to speak up now and demand the change we need, especially when our democracy is on the line. And let me tell you guys, our democracy is on the line. So join me in this fight. And we have to do what we gotta do. It seems like we have to do this for ourselves, because our Democratic leaders are kind of all over the place. I don't know what they have doing. If any of these candidates get approved by any Democrat, we are screwed. We're screwed, because that means they're willing to bend the knee to Donald Trump instead of allowing this whole thing to shut down. Because let me tell you, the Republicans do not have the 60% in Senate. The Democrats need to hold the line and vote no to everything. Vote no to every nominee. Make them call a quorum call. Don't bail them out anymore. The Senate has the Democratic senators has the power to shut all this stuff down. They can shut down the Senate if they all just get on the same team and just say no. Because Tulsi Gabbard and Kash Patel is definitely not who we need in charge of our two most crucial government entities while Donald Trump is in the office. It would be disastrous for us Democrats.